Put your headphones in. And we're live. Hey guys, welcome back to Kronos Airsoft. Bear with us because this is the very first time I've ever done a live stream. If my eyes flick downwards, it's because I've got a big screen in front of me showing me my ugly mug, so I know what I'm doing. So apologies for that. But hey, we're back. This is a test for us because we're going to be at the Midland Airsoft Fair on Sunday, live streaming in conjunction with Graham from Airsoft Nation. So that's going to be interesting. But we thought we'd give this a try, see if we can get it to work. And for today's live stream, we're having a look at the Specna Arms Edge Series SA-E14. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's a pretty awesome gun for a few good reasons. First of which is the fact that, well, yeah, it looks pretty ace, to be fair. Secondly, it comes pre-installed with a Titan X ASR MOSFET in the buffer tube as part of the wiring loom in the back there. So you get a very nice trigger response, decent rate of fire. It comes with two mid-cap PMAG style polymer magazines in the box, which is nice. It comes with a foregrip. I'm going to talk more about that later because that's an interesting topic. And also, in case you've got all Tamiya batteries, because the MOSFET is already pre-wired to Dean's, it comes with a Dean's to Tamiya adapter. So yeah, it's a neat little package. First thing we're going to do though is quickly cut to a video we shot a little bit earlier out on the range so we can see what it was like to shoot, see how it felt and see how it performed. So hopefully we're going to cut to that any second now.
I am ready.
Still got sound coming out?
Yep.
Excellent. So guys, we're here on the range, the 50-meter range. We've got some .25 BBs in one of those swanky magazines I was talking about, and we're going to take some shots at our person-sized target down there. And we're going to start off with a few shots on semi. Oh, I just heard a minor ting there where I hit it. Yep, that's a hit. Oh, that's a miss. And you can feel the difference that the MOSFET makes to the trigger response, which is nice. That's good. Right, let's try some full auto, see how we do. See what the rate of fire is like. Excellent. We're getting quite a few of those on target, which was cool. It's worth mentioning that at the moment this does still have the normal, the from factory spring fitted, which is firing at about 380 to 390 FPS. However, for UK market, it does come with an M90 spring in the box, and the gun does feature that quick change spring system, so you can easily swap it out, and that brings it down to around the 290, 300 FPS mark, I believe, so nice and sight legal, very good for the UK. But no, it feels very nice to shoot. Trajectory seemed to be pretty straight and true. Obviously the hot rubber's got to sort of bed in over time, because it's you know, brand new, fresh out of the box, so it's going to be a little bit wavy at first, but no, I mean, as it is, shoots very nicely, so yeah, very impressed. Okay guys, so apologies for the slightly jumpy stream there. Again, this is the first time we've done this, so we're still learning, bear with us. Anyway, we're going to have a quick look at the gun now in more detail, starting at the front. What you get here is a standard kind of birdcage style flashlight. Still got sound coming out? It is a standard 14mm counterclockwise thread, so you should be able to fit any sort of tracers, suppressors, anything like that you want to on there. From there we move on to the front sight, which is a sort of flip-up polymer iron sight, pretty standard on most guns nowadays, to be honest. And when we look at this rail, which is pretty funky, I've got to be honest, it looks like it's M-LOK compatible. You don't get any kind of rail sections in the box. I'll come back to that in a minute. But the rail itself is very comfortable to hold. You know, it's nice to shoulder the weapon, is very comfortable. You do get a little bit of a RIS rail at the bottom here, if you want to put a hand stop or something like that on there. Also, you get these QD sling mounts. You get one at the front, one at the rear there, so it's quite handy if you want to put a 2-point sling on there. Nice and useful. Obviously, you've got the kind of monolithic top rail on there for lots of sights and accessories and things. That lack of rail system, or lack of rail pieces in the box. Now, the reason why I wanted to come back to that is because it does actually come with a foregrip in the box as well, a little stubby foregrip. But because it doesn't come with any rail pieces, at the moment you're stuck to putting the foregrip right at the front there, which, to be honest, it's a weird place for it, right up there. I mean, some of you may like to run your arm fully extended like that, but if you're doing that, most of you are doing your sort of Costa overgrip thing anyway. But yeah, it's a bit odd that they didn't supply any rail sections in the box, but for the price of the gun, I suppose they've got to cut a few corners somewhere. We'll come back to the price later as well. Moving back to the receiver, I'm going to flip it around to this side a second. Now, this is a licensed gun. An American firearms manufacturer called Rock River Arms has given Specna Arms the license to produce these guns, so you get a nice sort of Rock River Arms engraving on there. It's very fine as well, it's very decent quality, but that's nice on there as well. The receiver itself, pretty standard. You don't get any sort of ambidextrous controls. You've got your fire selector on this side. Bolt release does nothing, it's just there to flap around and be noisy. The mag release is pretty standard as well there. So yeah, it's nothing to scream and shout about, but it's functional. You know, it works. It is alloy as well. It's nice and solid actually. The gun itself has got heft, but not too much. You know, it's a decent sort of solid kind of weight to it, but it shouldn't tire you out over a game day. Then you've got your flip-up rear iron sight there as well. Again, similar polymer affair. You do have a choice of 2 different aperture sizes as well. I prefer the larger one because I can barely see anything through the smaller hole, but that's just my poor eyesight, I expect. The charging handle does have the extra little sort of butterfly catch on there as well, which is quite nice to see. And that opens up the mock bolt cover there, which reveals the hop unit. Now, it doesn't stay back when you pull it back, which is why I say that catch does nothing, but it does reveal a rotary style hop unit, which is always nice, as opposed to the sort of traditional gear type. I prefer the rotary type anyway. Onto the back, standard crane stock. You know, I think there's about 6 positions on this, if I remember rightly. Plenty of storage in the 2 side sections on that crane stock there, so not an issue. Oh, and yeah, sling points on the back here as well. Again, pretty standard on any M4. You've got 2 on this side, 1 on the right-hand side there, so should accept a multitude of 1-point slings. I'm going to quickly see if I can pop the back of this off to reveal the little MOSFET. Oh, we've lost signal. 2 seconds, folk, while we sort this technical hitch out. And we're back. There you go. I told you we're brand new at this, so yeah, not at all embarrassing. Anyway, like I was saying, back to the MOSFET. There you go. So that's the MOSFET. I'm going to see if I can bring it a bit closer to camera. In fact, I don't know if that's working or not. There you go. So that's the MOSFET. Tiny little thing. You see, it's got the Dean's connector on there anyway. Now, it does take up a little bit of room in the buffer tube, so it's ideal if you get yourself a crane style battery, just to take up those 2 sections in the back there. When we were on the range, we were using a 7.4 volt battery, and you could tell the sort of trigger response and the rate of fire just on a 7.4. Don't know whether they're 11.1 capable or not. Certainly with the existing spring, the more powerful spring in there, there's a good chance you could run an 11.1 all day long, but you're going to be limited on what sites you can play at, because obviously it's shooting at sort of 380, 390 FPS. If you're going to stick the M90 in there, which most of you are going to have to anyway, then I would stick to a 7.4 volt LiPo instead, just for safety reasons, and to make sure you don't damage the gun. Right, see if I can reassemble this. This is the kind of stuff you don't want to do on a normal video, because it's very boring on a live stream. There we go. So yeah, there you go. That's the Specna Arms Edge series SA-E14. Give us some comments, see what you think of the, you know, let us know what you think of the gun itself. There's loads of guns in the Edge series as well. This isn't the only one. Oh, price, I didn't mention price. This at the moment retails around about £190, which for a gun with a MOSFET, 2 magazines, 4-grip, you know, all of that in the box, that's a pretty good deal. And it's not the cheapest of the Edge series. There are cheaper ones still, which still come with 2 magazines. Most of them come with a 4-grip, I believe. They all come with that MOSFET installed. So, you know, the Edge series from Specna is great. I can't fault it, to be honest. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. We haven't been able to reply to comments during this stream because, again, this is brand new to us. We're just testing it out, so we haven't got the facility to reply to comments. But let us know what you think in the comments below. That is the Specna SA-E14. We are Kronos Airsoft. Hopefully you liked our live stream. We'll see you again.